Good morning. Welcome to Thursday's live stream. Just finishing a sip of water. We will be using a strap today. You don't have to have a technical yoga strap. This is merely a bathrobe tie. A long scarf or a belt will work great. For the hamstring stretches, you can adapt without a strap. We might throw in the chest work that we like to do when we do strap-based classes. So that's not so adaptable, but if you don't have anything, even like a long sweatshirt sleeve, you might be able to manage without it, but I recommend taking a moment to grab one. I'm again doing a matless practice. If you have hardy bones and you don't have a mat, it works. If you have sensitive bones, I would recommend 2 mats. So take a moment to make sure you have everything you need. And when you are ready, there's absolutely no rush. We'll begin laying down. So beginning the way we'll finish class in Shavasana. Now some people have some back pain in Shavasana, so that could be like a knees bent version with the feet flat. But if you're able to have the arms and legs open and out, then that's very nice. Take deep breath. And take deeper and deeper breath each round. And go ahead and bend the legs. And now make the feet wide and bend the knees in for some internal rotation of the hips. Deep, deep breath. And move side to side. You move one knee in and the other leg goes out a little bit and continue. And when you're ready and you're even on both sides, come back to neutral. Slowly bring the feet closer together. Take knees to chest. And then feet to the ground and extend the legs. Point the right foot and lift, and then flex the foot and lower. Left side, point the foot and lift, flex the foot and lower. Continue side to side. And when you're ready, go ahead and lift the right leg and place the strap over the foot. Now you may need the left leg bent. That's a good way to start, even if you are flexible. And then you can keep it like that. You could even have both legs bent, or eventually lengthen both legs. Draw the toes down and lift up through the heel. Some people hold high on the strap, but then their shoulders and neck get tense. Try to hold a medium level on the strap and sink the shoulders both into the earth and also shrug the tips of the shoulders away from the neck. Not too forcefully, but just don't tense up around the neck. Keep the neck long and enjoy how the posture is helping with the blood flow and flexibility in the legs, but also you're relaxing and breathing into the entire body. And then really emphasize the lift through the big toe mound and come across the midline. So you're bringing the right leg over to the left. This is a directional movement of the hips that we may not emphasize as much as outer openings in yoga, but it's an important opening. And we're going to come back to center and then release. And lifting the left leg, place the strap over the foot, draw the toes down, lift up through the heel. Soften the shoulders, keep the back of the neck super long. And then we're going to move the leg across to the midline. Take deep breath. And eventually coming back to center. And when you're ready, release both legs to the ground. Breathe deep and just relax. Notice how you feel side to side in the legs, hips, and lower back. Bring the feet together and take butterfly stretch. Let the knees open out, gravity doing the work for you. Keep the spine lengthened. If you had pain in your low back, it would help a lot to have like a blanket or a towel under the feet. I like to arrange my hands under my head. Some people benefit a lot by breathing into your hands, like in your abdomen and rib cage. And sometimes it's just good to let the arms be free out to side. So whatever you like, arrange the arms that works best for you and keep breathing. And when you're ready, come back to knees to chest. Switch to hands and knees. And roll out the back. Very good. And then we're going to switch to a runner's lunge. So you can use your hand to help carry the leg up gracefully. You see how the knee is above the heel. Work on lowering the hips and lifting the chest. Deep breath. And then take the right hand on the knee, lift the chest and twist. Try not to tense in the left shoulder, but rather lift out of it and open it. And come on back. Take a half split where you draw the hips back and reach forward through the chest. And then come back to a runner's lunge. Let's switch to the other leg. Smoothly glide the foot back. You can use the arm or the hand to bring the left foot up and have the knee above the ankle. Work the hips down, lift the chest, lengthen and spread the toes. Twist, holding the left knee, opening the shoulders, and breathe. exhale, unwind, and take a nice half split when you reach through the chest. Deep, deep breath. And come back to runner's lunge. Pass through a hands and knees position. Press into a downward dog position. Lift the hips high. Feel free to bend the knees. So you can really lift the low back and lift out of the shoulders. The head is relaxing down. You're lengthening and opening the toes. Breathe. Very steady. And then walk or lightly hop. Feet to hands. Come into a half lift position and then a full fold. And then a straight back lift. Maybe bend the knees. Glide on up. Arms up. And then hands together, reverse prayer. Abs in, small ribs in, open chest. And re-extend the arms and relax the arms. And again, arms up, abs in. Then exhale, plank pose. Top of a push-up. Lifting out the shoulders and firming the legs. And knees down, lower all the way. Inhale, locust, lifting chest and legs. Exhale, release. Inhale, cobra, just lift to what feels like a comfortable level, leaving the elbows soft. The shoulders down, the chest buoyant. And exhale, come down. Inhale back to neutral and either right to dog or a breath or two in plank. We can do a minute or two if you want. Downward dog. Crescent lunge. Right foot steps up slowly. Feel how your core is getting strong with that slow movement. Come up with grace. You can be higher and shorter or longer and deeper, just as long as you're not bending the knee beyond the ankle. The back leg can soften, but if you can firm it and it doesn't hurt your joints, then that's good for both strength and flexibility. The arms are long, but the trapezius is not excessively activated. The neck is relaxed. And now place the hands down and take a twist. Left arm down, right arm up. Good, and come on back to center. Next is a scissors pose. You stretch into the hamstrings, soften the shoulders and neck. You would have the option of bending the front knee or just having a shorter stance. Hands on blocks if you have blocks. Also can work. Hands on the shin with a slight bent knee. Also can work. Adapt as needed. Keep breathing. From here, we'll segue back to a nice downward dog. And then using the core, feel how strong the movement is. It's helpful to tent the fingers. Step. A lot of control. To crescent on the left leg. And breathe. Strong back leg. Steady in the pose. Hands come down and left arm up. And come on down. Take scissors. and stretch. And then a nice release. Back to downward dog. High lift through the hips and relaxing down through the head. Let's all take child with the knees wide. And come on up to sitting or kneeling, and then turn to the side and walk or hop feet apart. And let's go ahead and sway, stretching the inner hips, gliding side to side. Breathe. Come back to center. And put a big bend in the knees and come on up. Open up the right foot and turn the back foot in. Lengthen the arms. Take triangle pose, maybe reaching moderately or eventually more toward the ankle. The knee, it will want to kind of collapse in, but keep it opening, yet still pressure on the heel and the inner big toe while lifting the arch. And then set up for warrior. So in warrior, a lot of times we're leaning the body. We try and, unlike in triangle, level the hips and stand tall as the warrior. Breathing. Keep the knee open. Legs relaxed. Turn the back foot in. Open the left foot and take triangle. Remember, you can reach moderate. Just don't push hard on the knee. The yoga teachers say don't hold the knee. If you were to hold it weightlessly, that's okay, but typically we're going to end up pushing. So don't push on the kneecap, maybe just below it. And then eventually you can go lower. See how I'm keeping my core in line with my hips, my chest and abdomen is in line in the same plane as my hips and ankles. And that's what you want. You only reach low if you can keep that form. which both is healthier for your back, stronger for your muscles, deeper for your flexibility. So reaching low and losing form, you lose all the benefits of going deep. So it's just an illusion. So meet yourself where you're at, have patience, breathe deep. I spent about 5 years like this. And it's not a problem unless you make it a problem in your mind. Deep breath. And then push and come on up. Use the core. Set up for warrior. Knee above ankle, hips level, standing tall. The intercostals, not the intercostals, I'm sorry, the transverse abdominis support the spine, abdomen drawing in. In yoga, we call that Uddiyana Bandha, drawing into the navel. Not too tense, but supported. Yeah, arms and legs relax, centering the feet. And hinge down. Let's do this swaying action again. Stretching out those hips and being clear with the breath. And when you're done with both sides, bend the knees, come on up. Open the toes, spread the toes, bend the knees and stand 3 times. Goddess plie. Knees are widening. They should face the same direction as the feet. So if your hips are stiff, you don't need to turn your feet out that much. Very good. And then bending, holding the knees, and then lifting the arms. Sitting low and breathing very deep. Very good. And then stand up tall and relax the arms and legs. Slowly bring the feet closer to each other. And then stand and take tree pose. You can open and have the foot low. You could even have the toes touching for a little more balance. Like triangle, you don't want to push against the knee. Have the foot high if you can, the heel digging into the muscle for both support so it doesn't slide down, and it's a pressure point, like self-massage on the muscle. And then you polarize these 2 points, and then option to lift the arms. You could do a prayer, otherwise arms lift, and breathe deep. Steady gaze at one point. And let it all go. Let's do the other side. Start in the modified ways as needed. Stay there. Or have the foot come up and the heel dig into the muscle with the arm lifting. Shoulders low, abs in, spine long. And arms and legs relax. Let's go ahead and separate the legs again. Hinge down. Now we're going to do a roll for the spine. So both knees bend and the chest lifts. Legs lengthen, round the back, and do that a few more times. I use my fingertips. If you can't see it, but I'm propping up on my tinted fingers and hooked thumbs. And that gives me more height to lift and open my chest when the knees bend. And then you emphasize the dome-like shape of the spine when you're rounding the back. And when you're ready, come back to center. Draw into the core. Rise on up. Open the right foot. Turn the back foot in. Elongate the arms. And again, triangle pose. This time, with the top arm either resting on the hip or preferably behind the back, so you can stretch the shoulders and open more in the chest. And let's come on up and set up to switch sides. Triangle pose. Make sure the foot and the knee are open before you take your position. Remember, you don't have to go super low. But then opening the chest more by having the arm behind the back will be nice. And then it gives you a target. You draw your core toward that forearm that's behind your back and breathe. Very good. We'll come on up and slowly bring the feet together and then take a few squats. You can have the feet a little wider than the hips and either pointed forward or slightly out. And if the knees hurt, just lower a little bit. And if you can keep lots of weight in the heels, you can do a nice low squat. We'll do a few of these for blood flow. And eventually sustaining the athlete squat, or what they call malasana in yoga. Tall chest, deep breath. If the ankles or knees really hurt, do an alternate hip opening pose. Or maybe sit on a stack of books or a couple blocks. We're going to carefully sit down and take Navasana. Knees high, chest high, point the ankles, and lift. You can have the knees bent and you can hold the legs, or you can have the arms out and lengthen. Your choice. Stay with the breath. And switch back to hands and knees and extend the right leg. Lift just hip level. Lift the left arm. And switch sides. Extend the left leg, lift just hip level. Lift the right arm. And release. Transition all the way down. Place the hands under the hips and lift the right leg, half locust. And switch sides. And release. Now tuck the left toes under. Lift the right leg with that leverage. You might be able to lift a little higher. Breathe a little deeper. And switch sides. Tuck the right toes under. Point the left foot. Lift. And take about 3 breaths. Really lengthening out of the hip to fully tone the back of the leg, glute, and low back muscles. Very good. Release, point both feet. Hands come out from under. Take half locust where you lift the arms and chest. Exhale, lower. Take an extra breath. Then lift the legs and the chest. And take locust. Lengthening and breathing. Exhale, release. Take the left arm under the head. And then stretch the right thigh. Deep breath. Very good. Now let's switch sides. And when you're nice and done with both sides, go ahead and release. Take one arm overhead, whatever helps you to face the screen. Hold the head and take 3 side leg lifts with the foot flexed and the foot in line with the other foot, not turning out. After your third rep, rotate the knee open and hold the bent knee. Stay like that or hold the big toe and lengthen part way. And if it feels good, lengthen fully. If you're losing your balance, hook your bottom leg. Otherwise, tone through both legs and enjoy the stretch in the legs and the torso. And release. Let's go ahead and do that on the other side. Holding the head, elbows sticking straight out from the shoulder if you can, so you're stretching the neck and the side body a bit. 3 leg lifts just to build the lateral core strength. And then open the knee, hold the knee, hold the foot, extend the leg, deep breath. And when you're done with the leg, release, come on down. And let's go ahead and take a cobra. Exhale, release. Use the core and lift. Then let's switch to sitting. Now we'll start with a cross-legged seat. And then I'm going to offer a spinal twist with two variations. So if you have delicate knees, extend the left leg. If it feels good to do half of Virasana, where you have the foot tucked back and the heel as close to the glute as you can, try that. Sit tall, and then take a nice twist to the right. Very good. Come back to center. And let's go ahead and switch. So again, two options, like the Janu Shavasana twist variation or the half Virasana. And it helps to roll the calf of the Virasana leg out, maybe pull the skin of the knee up a little bit, just the hips. Make sure you're not cattywampus too much. Try and sit even and tall, and then twist toward that cross-legged leg. Open chest and shoulders. Enjoy long rhythmic breathing. All right, we'll come back to center and extend the legs forward. Hips back, arms up, sit tall, and then take Paschimottanasana. Yeah, release the forward bend. Let's go ahead and set up to lower onto the back. Lay back and down, knees to chest. And then take a reclined free seat. You tuck the right foot in, lower, open the knees. Enjoy the stretching through the quadriceps as well as into the hips. and switch sides. And go ahead and transition to more an inverse stretch. So you lift the knees and feet and then slowly move the feet out, bend the knees in. You could stay like this for several minutes, or we can work the right knee in more and the left knee away. And it's also an option to stay here or take the left side of the left ankle against the right side of the right thigh. Leverage into it. Hold the stretch as long as you like. And when you're ready, slowly make your way to the other side. This is intense on the knees, so some students will be best just staying in the first phase, just being very simple with the practice. Or you do the second phase where the knee is in, but you're not leveraging. And the final phase where you take the outer ankle to the opposite outer thigh. It's a big internal rotation stretch for the hip and femur. Stay with the breath. You want to be breathing as a dedication towards this feeling of meditation in action. You want to hold this as long as you need. Now, if one side is tighter, you can always do an extra. But whenever you feel complete with the sequence, let's do Shavasana. I often recommend turning the computer off if you'd like a long Shavasana. You can set a
timer with a soft alarm for 15 or 10 minutes. Otherwise, we'll do a few minutes together. Just close the eyes, soften, and enjoy simply letting go. Deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and toes. You can give yourself a nice, well-deserved hug and knees to chest. And then come upright to a comfortable seat. Let's do a clearing breath and 3 ohms. Breathe in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. And then inhaling. Namaste. All right, thank you so much, everyone. If you would like, we didn't get to this officially in practice, but if you want a yoga homework assignment, you can take your strap and go back and forth a few times and eventually hold. I was doing that all throughout the day yesterday. It really felt good when I did poses like locust, keeping that chest nice and open. We sort of as a society are kind of designed to slouch. I'm a cyclist, which involves kind of reaching over the bars. People work at the computer, which is a lot of slouching. Chairs and couches and so on and so forth are kind of poorly designed for our ergonomics. So opening up the chest with that stretch back and doing back bends is really wonderful. But today's focus was on the hips with doing some more internal and in and across type of stretches, which is often, I feel, left out in the yoga pantheon. So it's included in the poses, but a lot of general classes do a lot of opening out, which is awesome. But it's good to open out and close in and rotate in, all that good stuff. So keep the body healthy by using all the natural movements of the spine and the hips. Practice regularly. When you can't do a long practice, do a little bit of practice. Do 5 deep breaths before you go into work or at a red light. Do 5 stretches before bed, simple poses, or reclined butterfly in bed. It all adds up greatly. And I would also encourage you to hydrate with water, herbal tea, or very diluted juice with a pinch of Himalayan sea salt. That's one of my favorites. This will help with your flexibility and also keep you from feeling stressed and anxious, and ultimately just improve your life so long as you can use the restroom and relieve yourself when you're very, very hydrated. And if you would like to see more classes on this channel, please support the channel by clicking the link below and sending a donation. We greatly appreciate it here at the Benjamin household. And I will continue to produce the best content I can to support your yoga needs at home. So thank you again. Ciao for now, and looking forward to more soon.